searching the dark side of the mountain. Through my bones and hair and blood, words rise and cold snatched from my mouth to sink them into the cold black mud.
Well, good thing I've got experience.
Okay.
How many experience are you allowed to use at once?
You can use it once after one.
Well, okay. So the first roll I got a 6.
Yeah,
but then the second roll I got a natural 1.
Oh, that's excellent.
Oh, no, it's not. There's no natural one because that's an experience point. Roll that, please.
But I already used one.
Right. But he's using one.
I'm using one.
He can give you one.
Okay, hold on.
Because we're not giving him any more. He does not get free moments. No.
But look, I got a new deck.
Okay. I got a new dice. 15.
All right. So after a little ducking and weaving, you realize you need to kind of slow up a little bit, but you kind of get it back, and you're like, oh, and you continue making the circle in the proper order and way. Thank goodness. And you continue running around the tree. It is a big tree, though. Tegan and Walter, you are both at 10. You can coordinate if you'd like. You can do whatever you want.
I think Tegan's going to yell, grab the bags of explosives, and starts running with her saltpeter to try and meet Benny with the circle.
I'm going to do what Tegan says. So I'm going to run over to the cart and grab some of the explosives. And while I'm doing that, can I I don't know how to activate this necklace of chicken bones that Gazzy gave me, but can I grip it and try and see, really see where, I guess, whoever this man is. I guess I don't really know at the moment if it's truly Professor Hayes or not, but if I understood it correctly, it can help me find people.
Yep. You would have to stop and stand still to do it, but you could do that. Because you have to sort of look into a place where you think there might be someone and stare in and watch.
All right, I'm going to run over to the cart and take the moment there to kind of really look at the trunk of the tree.
Make me a speed roll, please.
That is a 7.
All right. So you take 2 points from the whips that strike you with that nasty sap whips. And the wind is howling over here. It's like you were 10 feet or 20 feet back, and it was windy, but not like this. And in here, it is just terrible. And you cannot concentrate here. You just feel like you're constantly having to dodge.
Okay. Sorry, just a quick damage question. You said I took 2 points of damage.
Unless you have armor of any kind.
I do. So it'd be reduced by whatever my armor is,
correct?
Okay.
All right. We're back up to Father Bartimaeus at 18.
Just making pleas to trying to bring Erwin Hayes, the personality of Erwin Hayes, forward through the Bewitch. So long as I keep talking, he can't do anything else.
Yep, I know. So you hear this calling from out there in this weird voice, this weird language that makes no sense to nothing. Probably one of those baby languages from the, weak languages. Got no power. And it kind of holds your attention, though. It's hard to decipher, but you think you could decipher a given time. Maybe that's all you need to do is just listen intently. And we go on to Benny. Oh no, not to Benny yet. The ground, it shivers underneath everyone. Can I get a speed roll from everybody?
As an 18 for Walter.
18 for Bartimaeus.
14 for Tegan.
12.
All right. Well, Benny, you are running, and your danger sense goes off if you use it, and you feel roots kind of reach up out of the ground and try and wrap around your legs.
Is it because I'm about to take damage? Or just be restrained?
It's using the roots to grab you.
No, I'll let it happen. It'll be easier for me to escape than it will be to avoid it.
So when it grabs you, the ground goes soft and it pulls you knee deep into the dirt. And the roots disappear in underneath you, and they kind of wrap over your knee and or your ankle and wrap them, and then the ground gets soft and pulls you to your knees in the soil. Your movement is
heck no!
Your speed is hindered by 1, and the roots are deep underground, but you feel them on your feet, wrap around your ankle still. Benny, it is your turn.
All right, cool. I'm gonna use escape.
Okay.
Yeah. So Benny starts to go under, goes, "Oh heck no," and like wiggles, just starts wiggling real fast. Escape allows me to slip my restraints, squeeze through bars, pull free from quicksand, or get loose.
All right.
And she's just gonna like, "Oh heck no," and like wiggle real fast and pull herself out. Oh man, this is heckin' dumb.
That was the most like a snake that you can be as a human, it seems. But you remember being a snake. That was pretty awesome.
A worm.
Oh, that's true.
Channeling my worm.
That's true. You are.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Oh, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. No.
Tegan and Walter. Oh, go on. Sorry.
I was gonna just say that she continues her salting.
She continues her assault.
Nice.
Tegan and Walter, you may proceed with your actions.
Just
Tegan, where do you want these things?
for the second time, just continuing the saltpeter line on my side and saying, as close to the trunk as you can get up.
So I grab an armful
three
of
of
them.
There's 3 of them. 3 bags.
Are I guess how heavy? Am I able to grab all 3?
They're burlap bags filled with saltpeter and other chemicals and 2 TNT sticks apiece.
So maybe 2.
You could probably get 2 at once, yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna bust ass over to the trunk of the tree.
Make me a speed roll, please.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
That is a 13.
All right, the whip. You're able to dodge the whips and everything. You're able to get in there, and you get near the tree, and you see an eye open up in front of you, and branches like you've never seen a tree move like an animal, but branches reach to grasp at you as you get too close to the trunk. Can you make me a speed roll? Do you have any kind of dodge or any kind of effective avoidance technique, or do you just want to keep going anyway?
First a question. I was given an ease for escaping last session, and I don't know if that's still active or not. I think it was part of like the mine or something. I don't remember what we were doing exactly.
When you were in the mine, you were avoiding the worms bite.
Something like that, yeah.
This is not the same.
Okay.
This is. I'll give you the number. It's a 4, so you need above a 12.
I guess, can I make a rebuttal action? You can treat this as an intrusion if you'd like. I'd like to attempt to use Quick Bind, if you let me.
Huh. I would let you use a player intrusion and pay the XP to do it.
I will gladly do it. So as soon as that eye opens, I am gonna like punch right into it.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm gonna swarm it with bees and quick bind it. For flavor, swarm it with bees.
All right.
I surround.
Control the swarm roll, please.
That's just for flavor.
Okay. All right.
So unless you want to use it like that.
No, you go to punch the eye when it opens. So make me an attack roll. We'll start there.
That is a 16.
16 is a hit. You punch that eye so darn hard. You do what? 2 points of damage with your punch, right? And then, but you punch that eye, and the eye like waters and closes, that blinks hard down, and it is totally vile. And when your bees are used on it, you hear the sudden buzz of flies all through the air, and you realize this is a swarm on swarm problem now.
Oh boy. As part of that quick bind that I wanted to try, I surround a foe of my size or smaller with scintillating energy. So I don't know if this really works actually, now that I think about it.
It's not smaller.
Oh, okay. Damn. Ugh.
Yeah, the tree is way too big to be that quick bound like that. Size or smaller one. Yeah. Yeah, but while you're in here though, you do see a figure standing here in the shade, mumbling in a voice that sounds familiar. The figure has sort of the broken shape of Professor Hayes.
Is it like just off to the side of the trunk or something?
Yes.
Okay.
But you didn't see until you got into the dark shade of the tree. It's almost like there was a veil around the shade and the non-shaded area.
Okay.
So you get there, you punch the eye. What are you doing, Tegan? Oh, you're running to finish out.
Yeah.
Try and close that thing out. Father Bartimaeus, what are you doing? Continuing your bewitching?
I am continuing the bewitching.
Okay.
Hoping that nobody smacks Professor Hayes, because that's an instant end to the bewitching.
Yes, it is. It is now, it's the tree. So, hold on 1 second. The flies start buzzing in huge numbers all around you, Walter. And they don't only surround you, they head out from the shade itself. And you know they're almost all like, you've controlled swarms. You know what a swarm controlled looks like. This is a swarm going to attack someone in particular. And the only person in that particular direction is Father Bartimaeus.
Yeah, it is.
Father Bartimaeus, can you make me an intellect roll to maintain concentration while being stung?
Yes, I can.
Over and over.
Over
it is so
and
horrible.
over again. Intellect, I am good at. That's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and take that nat 20 for the win, baby!
So the flies are on you and biting you, and you're maintaining that hold as you take a point of damage from the blood-sucking flies trying to make you dinner. Slowly. Not slowly, quickly. And you are covered like Walter's often covered in bees, except these ones are not acting as your friends. Benny, you are able to continue your run, and you see Tegan coming up from the other side, and the two of you meet and finish at the same time. You and Tegan and Walter are all now within one of each other and close enough you can coordinate however you want. But the two of you have finished the salt circle. Walter has disappeared into the shadow, though.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't see him.
I think as we finish the circle, Tegan's gonna be like, use the rest of the saltpeter, just throw it on the roots. Throw it on the roots. As much on the roots as you can.
Okay. And Benny's just doing that.
Okay.
Just wildly.
All right. Walter, what are you doing?
Just making sure. We haven't skipped over Brandon, have we?
He's
held by a
bewitched.
bewitching.
Oh, got it. Okay.
He's bewitched at the moment.
It's holding the two of them where they cannot do anything else.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna try something. So
Don't hit him. Don't hit him.
Hit him.
You don't know.
Don't hit him.
You have no idea.
I dropped the well, after punching the eye, I see the flies go over to. Am I able to see Father Bartimaeus?
You are. You can see out from under the shade, but you can't
Okay.
see into the shade.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to control that swarm.
A swarm of disgusting robber flies?
It might make me puke, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Let me look at that spell. Hold on.
Specify?
Your swarm creatures from your influence swarm ability within short range do as you telepathically command for 10 minutes. Or if you want to, I could influence swarm instead if that's too specific.
Those are not your swarm creatures. I think you'd have to use a player intrusion to kind of take control of a swarm that is not one of your swarm creatures.
Oh, well, hell. I got the XP, I'm going to use it.
All right. The bees, when you change swarms, do not stay.
They're going to be mad.
They just become normal bees and head out away from this tree because they're afraid of the tree. If that's a
I don't
thing
blame
with
them for
bees.
that.
I'll give you. You need to spend your 2 intellect points to do it, and the flies, the robber flies, become your new swarm for the time being.
Okay. My first command as their swarm leader, whatever you want to call that, is just to stop attacking Father Bartimaeus.
They're queen.
Yes, Queen.
And they stop swarming Bartimaeus and head into the shadow and come and land on you and crawl on you and they find you quite attractive at the moment.
Well, that's just disgusting.
Father Bartimaeus.
He ain't going nowhere.
All right. Professor Hayes, you feel yourself struck in the shoulder and back by a hunk of wood from your own tree. Can you take 2 points of damage, and suddenly you are not paying attention to that weird voice out there. And the fire creatures are all around the tree. Father Bartimaeus, you feel the break of the concentration between the two.
In response to that, I would like to then use Unexpected Betrayal right when I feel it about to break in order to ease by 2 levels or shake the bones at this.
Hold on 1 second.
And I'm willing to spend the XP for a player intrusion to make that happen that way.
Within a round or 2, okay. All right, you'll get that benefit on your next attack.
Perfect.
All right, you'll be eased by 2. Professor Hayes, you are up.
Okay.
You see that the 2 of the creatures of fire are behind you and behind the tree. One of them is in front, and one is actually in the shade, and it is trying to steal away the insects that protect the tree and all of that. The beautiful bees or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm. I think what I'll do is attack them, but we could use flare. Maybe he starts to call out using inside voice, so he has the telepathic ability, and he'll try to reach out to any worm who's underneath the ground beneath and just try to have it like jump out and like attack the person. Just as, brethren, we are at the brink here. The world will come to ruin if we don't act now. Stop them. And summons it up.
And from underneath, Walter, can you make me a speed check and see if you can avoid something coming up from the ground? You're not even sure what it is.
That is a 12.
And a worm, not the size of the one that Professor Irwin was absconded by, but large enough to take in your whole leg in one surrounding, grabs onto your leg, and you are grappled by this thing, and you feel instead of hands, you feel fingers in there pulling and tightening around your leg, and it is in the ground and trying to pull down. Can I get a might check from you?
I thought the flies were gross. That is a 13 might check.
All right. So you are not able to pull it off, but it is not able to pull you down yet either. But you can feel it is trying to pull you into the earth.
Okay.
All right. That was Benny. So now, or that was Professor. So now it's Benny, Walt, and Tegan. You are coordinated if you want. You can do it in whatever order you want your stuff.
How is the big explosion really going to help if, like, literally these things are made of fire?
What's
We
made
don't
of
see
fire?
them as made
No,
as fire.
we don't know.
Oh,
The
they're not
professors-
fire.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Professor
no.
sees
Professor
us
Irwin.
made of fire.
Right. We're the fire to the professor right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
He didn't
I was
start
like,
the fire,
why
though.
is
Yeah.
Nice.
nobody commenting on the fire creatures?
Because we're the fire creatures.
You're them.
I don't know why I'm so
That's funny.
tired today. Okay, now what?
Run and get the other bomb and salt as much of the roots as possible. That's what Tegan's doing, is like running towards the just salting and running to get the other bomb. Because we have 3 of them.
Okay, Benny's doing that. Benny's following Tegan.
Okay, so you're running around the tree on the outside
Yeah, just-
of the shade, trying to get
Running,
over the thing.
I'm running towards the cart to get the last bomb, but like
Right.
throwing as much of the excess Peter as I can to cover the roots.
Yeah, you got to run around the tree though, because you'd have to go through the shade to go directly to it.
Okay, I'll do that. But as much
Benny will
of the roots
follow.
completely covered.
Right. What about you, Walter? What are you doing with your leg stuck in the mouth of a worm?
You can smack him now, by the way.
I am going to. Okay, draw item. I can't grab him. I'm gonna send the swarm at the shadow that looks like Professor Hayes.
All right. Shadow.
And basically control them to sting him.
Yeah. You start feeling the stings of the flies that, not the flies, of the bees that are part of the tree. This thing is taking control of them and is now using them against yourself. And you take a point of damage from the swarm just striking you and stinging and biting it at you all over. Father Bartimaeus, we're back up to the top with you again.
Fantastic. Am I in a position where I could go towards where Walter is and still be able to shake the bones?
Yeah, you'd be running into the shadow.
That's perfectly fine. Going right into the shadow. And as I make my way in, I'm going to go ahead, and as soon as I see the remnants of the individual that was once Erwin Hayes, I'm going to shake them bones. With a 19.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be an ouch. So you feel...
Can I spend the point for player intrusion to try and see if I can't snap this addled brain out of its delusions back to reality, for even if it's just for a moment to put some doubt into his mind?
With other things, I don't think Shake the Bones would do that.
Okay,
It
that's fair.
It is a bone-breaking kind of words, not so
Fair.
much the other way.
Fair.
How much damage does your Shake the Bones do? It does 2, right?
It does 2 mental.
Plus.
It does 2
might
intellect.
and intellect.
Yeah, 2 might and 2 intellect.
Right.
And I was hoping that intellect would kind of be that place
Yeah.
where I could leverage
You
with an
you
experience
feel
point.
this pain that goes through you, and the tree shudders with you.
When you do shake the bones, do you say anything?
I
At
would
this
think
point,
so.
I am damning him to hellfire in Latin.
But do you at least say his name at some point? Like I don't know
Yes.
that I don't know that Walter knows that that's him yet.
No, yeah, he would say Erwin Hayes. Basically, it's Erwin Hayes. I condemn thee to hell.
Okay.
Erwin Hayes would be in English, but Condemn thee to hell would be in Latin.
Works for me.
Yeah. So you hear that. We're to the tree and the worm. Walter, make me a might check.
That is getting re-rolled. Please hold.
Okay.
16 on the dice.
16. All right. So you feel something inside there that is sharp around the edges of its mouth, and it is trying to dig through your boots or whatever you have that you're wearing, and you feel that pressure, but it is not cutting you yet. The tree, though, starts whipping around its whips as fast as it can with the wind. So everyone now is within range. Can I get a speed check from everyone if you are at all concerned about being hit by whips?
Ooh, nat 20 for Walter.
20 doesn't dodge, but somehow doesn't get hit. Benny?
So that is a 19 for Father Bartimaeus.
Benny?
The solid 11.
An 11 would earn you 2 points of damage from the whips. Benny, what did you get?
I'm
You're
muted as I was talking. 18.
18. You get nothing. You don't get hit by them. You feel the shuddering of the tree and the wind whipping up around it. And then
Bob and weave.
and we are,
Me.
yes, Professor Hayes.
All right. How far away is Father Bartimaeus from me?
About 20 feet, 15 maybe. And
Oh,
on the
he's
short
far.
side.
He's far. Okay, I don't think I can get to him. But Walter's next to me?
Walter's closer
closer?
to you, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try to just walk over and shove him down. Seeing that the worms or whatever are trying to like pull him down, I'm going to try to just like trip him and push him into it.
All right, make me a might check.
All right.
That's a mighty move.
It's a mighty move, and I am not a mighty person, but I'll
Yep.
But it might work.
It might be nice.
Oh. Damper.
It's an action, right?
Yes, it is. Enabler, actually. I hinder all actions for the cost of an intellect point.
Okay.
So, reduced by 1.
Yeah.
I got an 18. So it'd be a
All right,
15
Walter, you
equivalent.
need a
15.
15 to avoid that.
Better than an 18.
It is.
Yeah, it is better.
It's better than an 18.
That's an 11.
An 11.
Does anyone have
I'm gonna
an
spend
extra?
it. I'm gonna spend it.
Yep.
Okay. You can spend it again. Thank you for the raid coming in from a far podcast. David Tilstra, thank you for joining us tonight.
Hi, David. Believe in me in this role, please.
I believe.
Yes, that's a 19.
So you are almost shoved down, and then somehow the professor, this figure, burned. Whoever
the power
it
of
is,
God, stop!
missed you.
Is my turn next? By chance?
It is the three of you. You, Tegan, and Benny.
I want to grab him in response to him trying to push me.
All right.
I'm gonna grab him by the face. And
Is there a face?
There's a face, but it's all blackened and nasty looking.
Yeah.
So first I'm gonna grab whatever's there. I'm gonna go and then I'm gonna do it again as this is flavor. I have the swarm of flies like swarm his face, and I'm gonna use my ability Alleviate, which, using my skills, knowledge, and any items I have at hand, I attempt to cancel or cure one malady, such as disease or poison, in one creature. And I'm gonna attempt to like Purify. Feel the power of Christ compelling you.
And
Or the power of flies stinging you.
Flies.
the flies carry over to you. They swarm over your face, especially. They dampen your eyes where you can't see, and they go into your nose and mouth. You try and close your mouth, but there's flies already in, digging into your ear. It is just a horrible moment. And for a moment, you actually, the fire in the face of this elemental thing disappears for a moment, and you have a vague memory of a person and then it's just back to fire again. But you saw a person there. Can I get an intellect roll from you?
Want this to be high for him or low for him? High for him or low for him? High for him or low for him?
Oh, it's a 2.
You don't recognize the face, but you remember it from another time. It's maybe in the end times, people are turned into the worst of things. Fire creatures and what have you. Welcome, Ashley the artist. Love getting the raid. Wonderful to have you joining us.
Hi, everyone.
Tegan, what are you
For the
and Benny
finale.
Yeah. So Tegan is going to grab the last bomb bag from the cart.
doing? All right.
And if I just book it straight at where Walter is with the bomb bag, can I get close enough to just try and tackle the body of used to be Professor Hayes?
If you let go of the bag, sure.
Yeah,
You'd
I'll
be close
toss
enough.
it forward. I'll toss
Alright.
it forward and just
Yeah,
because
with-
as I hit him, I would like to spend the 4 intellect points to cast Unbind.
All right. As you're going in through, as you cross that sheen, that veil of the shade of the tree, you see that the tree has a mouth that is opening, and it's hollow, and it goes deep into the tree itself.
Eat the bomb.
I clocked that for later, but I'm still yeeting the bomb forward, tackling him, and casting Unbind.
All right, give me a speed check. Let's see if you can accurately throw. Hello, all. Welcome, Raiders. Great to have you here. They're fighting a tree and whatnot, but it's just
Clear.
a tree. It's
A
called
bleeding tree with a
tree.
giant eye and a giant mouth, and that produces worms with weird body parts.
Yeah. Be warned, if you do not like body parts, this may not be an episode for you. It may be a problem.
So 13 on the speed.
All right,
roll.
so it bounces towards the mouth. It does not go in the mouth.
Yeah, I
and
didn't
you
expect
see-
it to get all the way just closer
Yeah.
than I was.
And you see that figure has sort of fallen away, not quite onto Walter, but near Walter. And you were able to
Sit.
attempt. What were you saying, Benny?
Since
And-
Benny was running with Tegan,
Yeah, you see it too.
can I attempt to throw some salt into the mouth?
You may.
Good job, Benny. Benny helping.
It's fast.
Make me a speed roll. Let's see how accurate you are with your
Does that solve
throw.
Benny?
Okay, and if I use an edge for this, that means I add 3 to it, correct?
Effort.
Yeah.
Oh, so if I use the effort, then the edge means I only subtract 2. Got it.
Yes. Makes it cheaper.
Okay, well, we're not going to use the effort yet. I only have 1 left.
Okay.
But I will use an experience. All right, 14.
So 14, you were able to splash a bunch of that salt into its mouth while it's open, and there is now some of that in there.
I do have a question since
Yep.
Walter attacked with the bees to alleviate. And I cast Unbind, which I have to be touching the thing, which is why I'm trying to attempt to tackle, even if it doesn't move him.
Yeah.
I just kind of like nicely hug him.
For you.
Yeah, it immediately ends one ongoing magical effect. So if the alleviate's going on, I'm also just trying to be like, you dumb professor person.
Wake up!
Wake up, fishy! Wake up!
Like, how many times do we have to tell you not to talk to the tree?
Can you roll me a d6, please, Tegan?
Am I going for high or low?
Well, they're just different things.
It is just things. 5.
Oh, so a 5. This effect comes over you. You are tackled, Professor, and suddenly your eyes, almost like a pair of glasses, are lifted, and you see in front of you, instead of these fire beasts or elemental creatures, you see other people. You don't recognize them quite, but you don't not recognize them. Almost like people, maybe you've seen them at some point in the past in passing, but you can't pinpoint where exactly. The tree itself is less attractive than it was. It is darker and gloomier. The bark has thorns that reach up and out all along and up it. There is a opening that looks like a mouth, and above that a closed, but you know in that spot there is an eye on this thing. The roots, they reach all through the grass, and you feel a tug through your feet, and you feel you need to stand. And you are pulled to your knees into the soil. Tight. Tegan, you see this when you do this, and there's an odd moment of, like when someone's eyes are awakened in the morning. They seem distant, but there, and then open wide as they are pulled dirt-wise in between roots in the tree and pulled downward to their knees. We're going to go back.
I think in
Go on.
that moment, Tegan knows what they need to do, which is to just kill the professor.
Father Bartimaeus, you are up.
Father Bartimaeus, seeing an opportunity, lost child of God, these are your sins. We do beg our Lord for your forgiveness. As he does so, he reaches in and pulls one last item from his box of tricks. It is a .308 caliber revolver with a single silver bullet in it.
All right.
And executioner style, one to the head.
Of the figure? Standing
Of the
in front
figure.
you?
Of the kneeling figure in front of me.
All right. Roll to hit. You are eased by 2.
That would be a 18. Nope. Hold on. Yeah, 18, boss.
That would be a 24. Well, no, you just needed it.
Yeah, 24.
It's not actually.
Yeah.
Just eased by 2. And you hit, how much damage does that do?
It is a small firearm, and then whatever the effect of a silver bullet in this situation will do on top of that. Give me 1 second, I can get that number up for you.
Dang, I thought Tegan was gonna have to kill him.
Father Bartimaeus kills monsters. Alright, there we go. So it would be It is technically a medium because guns are always medium.
Yeah.
So it'd be 4 plus whatever the effect of the silver bullet is.
So, Professor Hayes, you take 6 points of damage from the strike. You were weakened before already. I don't know where that puts you at the moment, though.
Yeah. Yep. I'm pretty low. I'm not quite incapacitated yet, but I'm pretty close. I'm at 3 speed, 0 might, and still full. Almost full intellect though.
All right. So you know you've just been shot in the head. Your intellect is coming through and telling you what happened. Actually, you don't see it that way necessarily. You might see it as whatever these people are trying to kill you and your tree. They're not necessarily the fire demons you thought they were, but they are definitely out for violence against you. The mouth of the thing rolls out a boom that howls through here. Everyone takes 6 points of damage, and the ground rumbles, and the earth is thrown forward and outward, and the roots rise up. Can I get a speed roll to see if you are able to stay standing?
19.
That's a 7 for Walter.
Oh.
Walter, you don't just fall, you are pulled dirt-wise to your waist by the worm and the softening of the ground under.
God.
That's a 16, and the 6 points of damage actually has dropped Tegan to impaired because my might is now 0.
All right.
14 for Benny.
Both of you stay standing. Walter, you see the ground softens in front, and he's pulled by the whatever had his leg further down. So now the creature that you shot in the head is knee deep in the soil, and then as it softens, he comes down into his waist. Walter is pulled to his waist, and this thing made this earthquake boom, and the ground rumbled all around, just like the earthquakes you had heard before, but closer. Professor Irwin, we're up to you.
All right. I'd like to do a player intrusion if I could.
Okay.
Spend an XP.
Sure.
And I will try to do so as this, bullet hits Irwin's head. Very nasty. The tree starting to constrict it and stuff. It lets out this screech, this ear-piercing screech, and what we'll do is shake the bones. But I'd like to do it as an AoE effect with my player intrusion.
All right. You're going to do it to all around.
Yep.
All right. So everyone will get an intellect roll, and how much does yours do?
It's 2 might, 2 intellect.
That is an 18 from Walter.
That is a 19 from Bartimaeus. I love this die. It's a great die.
16 for Benny.
And 15 from Tegan.
Hey, yo! Good rolls, everybody.
Those are
Good
very
job.
good rolls.
Good
Nice.
job, everybody.
It feels bad, but it also feels good.
You all feel this horrible screech in your mind after that, or not in your mind, you just hear it after that howl, and you feel this pain run through, but it doesn't set any determined damage to you. And after Professor, we are down to Benny, Tegan, and Walter. You can coordinate. You are close. Actually, no, you can't
I think
coordinate with Grimm.
I don't think Benny is coordinating.
Okay.
When that happens, Benny like drops the bag and like covers her ears and lets that. She can't bear to watch Walter go into the ground anymore.
Yes! Yes!
And she protects her ears and like screams back, but it's a deep, deep growl. As she then extends out, and she transforms into a bear.
All right.
Yeah, Barney's back, baby.
All right. Can you make me a D6 roll before you do that, please? When you go to do it, you feel a presence that is here that doesn't seem normal or natural, and it seems to try and fight your ability to become something else.
Cool. What do you think this means, guys? What do you think I should be rolling?
So I think
a
you're.
D6.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I think it's the green versus the dark. So.
This is green versus dark.
Just let it happen.
So there's 2 that I got.
All right. That just told me which table to roll on. That's all.
Okay.
Now you're going to roll another
okay.
D6, though, please.
Okay, well I'm gonna roll the other one.
Okay.
4.
All
A
right.
little
Better.
Yes.
your float dice.
Hopefully.
So, Benny, you go to
Your
change,
little your float dice.
and you feel like there are constraints in your muscles, and they contort and turn, and the rest of you see Benny turn into sort of a bear, but partially remains human, and there are tears in the flesh in the places in between, and you feel bones bend and break a bit inside there as it never completes its transformation. Benny, you can act as a bear as a partial bear, but every action takes pain, and you need to make me an intellect roll to do anything of heavy action, which this is, because you want to pull Walter out. You may do so.
Yeah. Scott, you're a real good storyteller, but I hate this. Anyway,
Yeah, I can barely take it.
barely handle.
It's quite a grisly situation, actually.
I would prefer the polar opposite.
I mean,
Okay.
you're dealing with creatures of the green and black bears.
Oh,
That was
I don't
I
actually-
couldn't get there.
boo.
Oh boy. Come on. Okay. That was bad. Ignore that I did that one.
Was it a one
XP.
bad or was it an otherwise bad?
XP.
Wait,
It's a-
what? No, I didn't
No, no,
roll
no.
anything.
Her
The
pun.
Got it.
My pun was bad.
Got it.
No, use the XP for that too.
No.
No, I didn't roll yet because I don't actually think that I can do 2 things. I think that takes my entire action.
Well, that's true. You were changing. So we'll get to that when we get back to you. You're right. Professor Grimm, you
Yeah.
have just seen Benny transform in a way that is horrific and
Who?
unnatural.
Who?
Benny the bear.
No. Who are you talking to? The professor or Bartimaeus?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Father Bartimaeus, not Professor. Father
Who's
Bartimaeus.
Professor Graham?
Professor doesn't care.
We're one now.
Right. Yuuzhan Ha.
And Benny looks like they're in pain from this transformation. Like things are not right, obviously not right. It's like they're halfway there and
Living on a prayer.
Yeah. This wasn't what the transformation for her was like last time, correct?
oh no, it was a full-on bear.
Oh.
Again, this is Bartimaeus kind of like asking Tegan, basically, pointing towards. That's not how it was last
Bartimaeus
time,
never
right?
saw the
Oh,
bear.
that's right.
Bartimaeus
No,
never saw
no,
Bear
she
yet.
was a full bear eating honey.
I'm assuming that negative influences of this location are probably affecting upon her ability to transform.
I don't have the time to give you a full lecture on the green and dark, but ask me later.
Cool. Awesome. So, taking my silver-laden fist, I'm just going to... Seeing that Erwin Hayes is not down yet, I'm going to beat the shit out of him.
A warrior for the Lord.
What?
I am the hammer of God. Time to hammer.
All right. Hammer away. Roll to hit. You are eased by 1 because Professor Hayes is stuck waist deep in the dirt.
That's a nat 20, boss.
Yeah, so you're going to get extra 2 points of damage. So that becomes a 4-point hit. Professor Hayes, how are you doing with after?
Oh, that's just enough to incapacitate him. Or debilitate him, which is, basically the same.
In the name of God, stop moving, motherfucker.
So you bring down the hammer of the Lord.
I
with
bring
your
down
fist,
the hammer of the Lord on this poor sinner's head.
and with him being in the dirt and taking the damage, he's unable to both move or fight. You can tell it's like a boxer punching at somebody who has fallen to the ground. And they would fall forward if they could, but they're above their waist, so they kind of just lean, their head on their neck, just kind of like someone going out. What are you doing, Professor Hayes? You see this fist come, your eyes widen, and then boom.
Well,
Senpachi.
I'm all but unconscious, so I'm still awake, but I can't move, and I don't have any might, so I can't really take any action, but probably just reach out to the tree and just say, I'm sorry, I did all I could.
The tree, in response, Father Bartimaeus and all those around, you see Professor Hayes say something in a language you don't recognize, but you have heard before. Not that you don't recognize, you've heard it before, but you don't know what it says. And then there's a tug on the professor. Professor, you cannot make a speed check, can you?
I have no speed.
He is pulled down to above his head through the dirt, and you see his head disappear into the ground in front. Walter, can you make me a might check?
I believe in you, Walter. I believe in you.
That's a 12?
So Walter is also pulled, but
Experience
down
point.
to... Okay.
Experience point.
Well,
I have 2 left.
I'll use one.
No, save that.
Okay.
Save that for when
So I have
Benny
3.
pulls him out.
Okay.
Yeah, keep yours. I can use one. I didn't know if 12 was going to be enough or not. Well, 10 ain't going to do it either. I might need an XP.
Does anyone else have one to put up, or do I?
I can put one up.
That was a very reluctant, okay.
Erwin Hayes, buddy, Brandon, pal?
Yeah, sure, take it. No, just kidding.
You're not using him at this point.
I just rolled a nat 1.
Okay, so
I'll fucking spend one then.
Not meant to be.
I'll spend it then. Roll it again.
Switching dice, by the way.
one
Please
more
do.
Father Bartimaeus. That was...
Let this be the last one, because Benny's gonna pull you out.
That's
We
11.
need
Oh, come on.
So you are pulled to your neck. Your arms kind of pulled partially into the dirt, and it's almost like
Benny
in a
can dig me
wreck.
out.
Your hands are out of the dirt, and your neck and head are, but you feel this pressure, and it tightens its grip. and you take 2 points of damage from the bite clamping in, but I believe you have armor, so you avoid it.
Yep.
And but you feel the pain as it starts trying to pull you deeper and deeper, and you know you are close. Benny, what are you doing?
Pulling him out.
All right, do it.
Which is this? Is this my? Is this?
You need to make an intellect check first to see if you can go through the pain, because all the motion of strenuousness is painful right now.
Never mind. That's on the floor.
Roll another die.
Where's my box? There it is.
Your new box.
16.
All right. You were able to do your function. You can make me a might check now, and you are mightier than you were before. So you are eased by,
right.
I think, 2 as a bear.
Okay.
We just have to get
15.
him
All right. You take your jaws and grab the shirt and suspenders that are there, and you drag his body upwards and outwards. You get a tug of resistance. Can you make me a might check? And can somebody else roll me a d20 might check? This is player versus.
Walter,
No,
why don't
there
you roll?
goes my,
Because you've been going low.
I was gonna say I can roll, but I don't know if you want me to.
6.
6.
Okay. I had to spend an XP
Okay.
because my first one was a 1.
But we're not doing that.
But 16.
Y'all are so cruel taking all my ones from me.
Yeah, we are.
You pull him out of that dirt, Walter. You are armored, so you don't take damage from being yanked out, but you are pulled out. And when it comes out, there is a worm stuck on his leg that is being dragged out with him. Not the size of the one that took Professor, more like a big snake size.
Is it like around his leg?
It's around his leg up to his knee. And it goes longer than that, but then he pulls him out and drags him out. And the worm comes with.
Where am I at in the order of things here?
You and Benny and Tegan are all within the same time
Perfect.
frame. So you and Tegan now can go.
Can I use push on the worm and push it off of my leg?
You may.
I
Now
would
that
like to
now
do
that
that.
you're freed of the ground,
Yes.
do it. How do you have might to work with? Oh,
It's
yours is
the
automatic,
ability.
right?
Yep, correct.
So yeah, you're able to use the ability to push it off, and you see it drag down and tear your boot away. And unlike what you thought, it felt like with fingers before. There are teeth that are just dragging into the leather of your shoe, and they pull the shoe away with it. And then it is very quick how they and go back into the ground.
Damn it,
It
I
goes
like
back
that
into the
thing.
ground. You are
I'm gonna grab the 2 bomb bags that Walter had because he's now out of the ground and wormless, and turn and run towards the trunk with 2 bomb bags.
Just throw them and we can light this off.
I'm getting as close to the trunk as I can, and I'm kind of I'm not advertising this, but I'm kind of hoping the mouth opens again because I have a little gift from Auntie Pavina that I would like to shove into it.
Yeah, we do.
So you're holding your action once you get back. You're running actually. You're running
Yeah.
to get away from it. Too.
Running at it with the bags.
And all right, we're back at the top. Father Bartimaeus, what are you doing?
I am helping Walter to his feet. making sure he can walk okay.
He can walk. He is hurt, but he can walk.
Turning to Benny and say, "We're running now."
Benny is helping drag Walter by his scruff.
Yep. You can let him go, Benny. You can let him go. Get everyone
Do
up.
you let him go, or you just keep dragging him away?
He's out. You can let him go.
Oh, that was me. I'm Benny. Now it's 11:15. Benny lets him go, but doesn't run because she sees Tegan running back to us.
I'm not running to you yet.
She's
I'm running
well,
toward the
running
tree.
away
Right.
right now.
Yeah.
I
She'll
thought
be
she was-
fine. Once she drops the bomb, she's running back towards us.
Yeah. But at the moment, I'm running to the tree.
Right.
Right.
Oh yeah, to the tree. Correct. Not away,
Okay.
but away from you.
She'll be
How
fine.
does Ben-
She'll be fine. We need to leave the area unless you want to get caught in the fire.
Shh. This is happening fast. I'm
is.
just trying to think of how to say it the way that the bear would say it.
I just like that the bear went.
I just can't think with everybody talking. Benny points to the mouth and then makes like a motion like she's saying she can pull it open.
No.
She also is bigger than you, so
Young lady, no, we are not doing this. So, question. So,
Are you-
actual question. With Benny's transformation in size, because Benny went from tiny child.
Yep.
How half bear big is Benny?
Oh, the size of a bear, but like
Okay.
of a black bear. It's not a grizzly. or
Got it.
nothing.
Cool. Because I was just saying, is Benny still tall? Is Benny bigger than Barnabas?
Probably.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
So what are you doing, Benny? Are you going to pull open the maw? Is that what you're saying?
Is the mouth now closed?
It is closed, yes.
Yeah. No, Benny's going to attack the maw
All right. So
and open it for Tegan because she's big and beefy.
give me a might check.
Yes, in pain, but
Yep, in pain.
so the intellect goes first or no?
Yeah, the intellect first. Correct.
Okay. Oh, this one's doing good for me. 15.
Yes. You can resist the pain and do the
Okay.
action.
All right. So the might roll. I might put effort in this. I'm going to put an experience in first.
Okay.
Yes! 17.
All right.
And I will put in an effort
Okay.
to
It is-
raise that.
It is the hardest, most difficult thing you have ever done, and you feel the wood of the maw crack and tear as you pull it apart. You get your lower feet on, even though there are parts that are bent and broken and out of proportion, and you tear that mouth apart and you open it. And you, from doing so, take 2 points of damage from the tearing of your muscles as you fight this thing's own strength. But you do open the thing up.
Does it feel like I
That was a
need to
good dad
hold
joke.
it open, or did I just break it to be open?
You opened it? You broke it
Huh?
some, like tearing at somebody's lips with claws, and then you were able to get your claws in enough to actually pull it open. That was a good dad joke from Syrax's Jax.
Oh. No, I was saying, does it feel like I have to hold it open, or does it stay open on its own?
You probably you think you have to hold it open because you're trying to hold it open for Tegan to get something in. I think, right?
Right. So yeah.
Toss them things in, Tegan!
And we go back up to the top. Professor Bartimaeus, what are you doing?
Not a professor.
Oh,
Not
you
a
were
professor.
helping Walter get out. You were helping Walter.
Right. Walter is helping Walter, making sure Walter can get out okay. And now he is fretting over the fact that his, for all intents and purposes, daughter is doing this and is in danger.
Yeah.
Is this what it feels like all of the time, Mr. Gwennon?
Until literally 2 hours ago.
Sir, you are a stronger man than I have ever given you credit for, and I am sorry.
And the tree itself is trying to close its mouth. And then its eye opens, and you see this huge eye in front of you, and branches kind of try and kind of reach, but they can't quite get in front of it into its mouth area. It's like you found a spot it can't reach with its limbs.
Too beefy. It can't reach its own face after Arm Day.
So it is stuck where it is. Benny and Tegan and Walter, you can do what you're going to do now.
I am running right up to the trunk, dropping one bomb right in front of it, touching it, and just taking out the little medicine green ball that Auntie Pepita gave me and just shoving it into it. I'm not going to toss it. I'm not going to risk it. I'm just like shoving it with my hand into its mouth to make it take it.
You get it all in there, and it doesn't seem to have like a tongue or anything that can push things around. It just opens or closes. You see this go in, Benny. What are you doing after Tegan finishes shoving the things in?
Running. We're running. We're running.
Benny, I'm talking. Benny lets go and runs. And in the sassy 12-year-old that Benny is, I'm also expending a speed point for fleet of foot to let me run faster than Father Bartimaeus.
That will also allow you not to have to make the intellect roll to be able to make that move.
Nice.
So you were able to move, ignoring
all that matters is that she's
painful,
gone.
But you get out.
She's out of
from
it.
the
All that
area.
matters.
And she's just sassy that like when she runs past the two of them, she kind of like does that thing that dogs do. It's like
Don't care. You're safe. Don't care. You're safe.
And take
to get
Walter. You all
get last bit.
Right. What?
Last bit of the season, she runs to get 30 feet away.
The mouth closes down. And Benny, the bomb itself, I'm assuming you had it lit, or did you not have it lit?
That's Tegan.
Yeah, so there's one
Tegan,
bomb in
I
my
mean,
hand, one bomb against the tree, and one bomb a little bit further back. None of them are lit yet, which is why I'm still holding one.
Right. So, okay, understood. So everyone has gotten back except Professor Hayes, who has gotten away in a different way than the ways you had.
Yeah, I'm underground. I'm sheltered.
Yeah, I'm waiting until they get enough of a head start because we salted this thing with saltpeter, and that's an oxidizer. So
Yeah. So everyone gets away and back, and the eye has opened wide as it is looking at everything going on, out of its range of all of its easier attacks.
Out of player intrusion.
Okay.
I'm controlling my swarm of flies that I don't want anymore and going right into the eyeball.
Okay. Ew.
Yes!
The swarm goes right at the eyeball. And they hit it, biting and stinging, and it closes and it clamps down, and it's like a windshield wiper on bugs. And it's like, oh, it's nasty, but stingers are left in it. And we're going to go out of combat numbers now. You can do what you're going to do coordinated however you want.
Oh, I am lighting the one in my hand, dropping it at the trunk of the tree, lighting the one already at the trunk. I'm gonna run a step or two, light the third bag, and then just run screaming, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
Can you make me a speed check, please?
Yeah, I can do that. That's gonna be an 18.
All right.
Oh,
I was ready to spend that last
Yeah, I was too. I have some left if it was bad.
And you run fast. You get more than 30 feet away. All of you are backed up.
We were over on the bench.
And the dynamite sticks go off all around this thing, blowing holes out of the dirt. Dirt flies up. Branches and reeds are flowing everywhere. And then there's an explosion from inside the mouth. And you see a fire blow outward, and then the tree goes from this to, and it splits it in half at its mouth, and it blows splinters and wood and fire and dirt everywhere, and fingers and bits of flesh and small bones and just awful things. Remnants of people's property, like bags and clothing, are just, they cover the area in sort of a rain, like a rain of blood and flesh and things. The eye and the mouth are no longer there. And the tree is burning. What's left is on fire.
Did I ever get those infused salts from Auntie Pavati?
Yes.
All of you, pointing to Benny especially, all of you, wait here for a minute. All of you, wait here for a
Tegan's
minute.
just like coughing and reaches into the cart and pulls out like the a moonshine jug that has just a little bit left in it. It's just like.
And
since I didn't fully transform, but I mostly transform, what are the chances that I could pop off a word or two?
I'll let you do it. Why not? You have part of a mouth. That's kind of cool. Heck yeah.
She's like sitting there, like as the bear, and he says to like stay, and Benny goes, like with her like motioning in the air, she goes, "Did Professor?"
we will come back for that. We're not going to leave him here. But there's something I have to do before we can do that. Just to make sure whatever this is stays gone. Okay? We're not leaving the professor behind.
She nods and like fully sits.
Tegan will wait till the father's back is turned and is on the way to doing whatever he's doing, and will like nudge Benny the bear and offer some moonshine.
awkward bear pause.
It's like a bear with a honey pot. Anyway, so basically Bartimaeus is going to be walking and sprinkling the salt, praying as he is, and doing a very complex geometric cross design with the salt to basically make sure whatever this is stays gone.
Yep. Salt in the earth.
Salting the earth.
You salt it. The fire burns all through the night. And into the next day even. Tegan has of course smartly brought alcohol to the bonfire. No marshmallows probably, but who knows. But by the time the light from the morning comes up, people are starting to find their way over here from the fire and the sound of the explosion. How would you like to have... I'll get to that in a minute. The tree burns to ash over the night, leaving, smoke rises. The town folks in the morning start seeing the fire and they start coming this way. Auntie Pavati is the first one to get there early. I see the job's done.
Yep, ain't gotta worry about that no more.
Thank you for the raid, the amphitheater. Nice to see you coming again. The bleeding tree is no longer bleeding. There is though, when people start to arrive, they start finding the bits of flesh and touches of fingers and teeth and whatnot found in the grass in the area and the dirt. Bits of shoes and whatnot. And Auntie Pavati sees this and she says to you, Walter, now I understand what you mean. It weren't just a tree, it was something else. I mean, I knew it had malice, but I am left speechless. And she comes over and she gives you a hug. I'm so sorry for your wife being gone now, but you do got your daughter now. That it looks from this like other people in the town will not be so lucky. But at least no more will find their way to this thing. We made sure of that. The town folks will be showing up soon enough. There's enough smoke in the air that there's going to be a fire call at some point. I hope that this is going to be a hard explanation. There's a lot of folks gone missing over the years.
If it helps, I find that as I'm brushing my hands off, if it helps, I often find that business of the church is useful in these kinds of situations.
Sure, we got 2 churches in the town,
And I think both of them are going to be needed to make sure this place gets the kind of treatment that it needs.
Yeah, I appreciate all that you've done. Before they show, are you still in bear form, part bear form, Benny, in the morning?
Animal or beast form only lasts for 10 minutes, and so I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Because once the tree has disappeared, does that mean the dark in the area is gone? Because she would re-transform to dig out the professor. And the second that the salting was done, she would be over there because she wanted to dig out.
Yeah. So yes,
She wanted to find the professor.
when the tree is blown up and burned away, there is a lifting of the dark that you had felt before. So you're able to start digging then.
She would transform into a. At this point, then she would be a wolf. I already marked it off my sheet. She would be a wolf because I'm pretty sure that canines dig really well.
Yeah, they do. They're good diggers. And so Antipavati then does come, and I guess by that time you would have dug him up by then.
Yeah.
Whatever's left of him.
Yeah, because we probably have like shovels or pickaxes or something from the mine too that we can use to help Benny out.
Professor, you feel something. I'll get back to you in a moment, Benny. You feel a disconnection from this thing that was giving you all this insight and knowledge, or allowing yours to come to fruition, almost like you've been abandoned. You can't speak. Soot fills your mouth, and dirt and roots. But you do know the words of the book. That language is now a part of your mind. You don't know where the book is itself, and then suddenly you feel claws dragging across your head. You can't move, but over time you are dug out. You are burned, your skin is blackened and rose from the explosions before. Your body is broken, your bones are busted all through your legs and back and arms in a way that you can't control you can't really walk because the pain is too excruciating, and you are drug out of the ground by people that you don't recognize. You can see out of one eye, but it's like when you come out, the beautiful tree is now a burning husk. There's no greenery left. The flies are not there. And you feel the burn of the sun. It is hot like fire on you. Your skin in a lot of places burned away, and it exposed muscles. And a wolf and people pull you out of there, and the best you can do is lay still. But Professor Hayes is not dead.
He's breathing.
He's
Holy crap!
barely breathing.
Antipavati. So hold on. So at that point, I think we were just kind of like doing our best to keep him alive until Antipavati gets there.
I think Tegan would have probably also cast Unbind again if he still looks out of it.
Benny howls. She never thought he was dead. I thought he was dead.
Right.
Yeah.
She never thought he was dead.
Benny was the only one who didn't think he was dead.
And she like howls as loud as she can. Anyways.
And
then the adults take over.
yeah, Antipavati doesn't really know what to do with this, but will try.
At least, can you help us alleviate his pain? If I can get him back to
That she
St.
can
Louis.
do. And she'll help with that, of course. And the
As
cart,
long as I can.
the now empty cart, could be useful in transporting them to somewhere of.
And I'm hoping that the
Healed up.
second Unbind might take one of the other effects off of
Sure.
him.
And it will. And the morning comes, and Antipavati arrives and does what she can to help. And then townsfolk start showing up. And when they see what they see from a distance, there's excitement and joy, and that turns to blood in their mouth as they realize what has happened, and they find parts of people. And the day turns into a mourning for the town. And Auntie Bavati says, you know, we ought to get away from here, let them have their mourning. I don't know what's going to happen, but I need to work on Professor Hayes and your friend here and seeing if I can help him in some way.
I will go procure us. I look over to Walter. 2, 3, 4, 6 tickets to St. Louis. Looking over to Walter for confirmation.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Okay. I will go and procure us 6 tickets on the next passenger rail out of here. And Benny, would you care to join me, or do you want to stay with everybody else?
You're muted. Muted.
You're muted.
Benny, who was a wolf and was kind of standing next to Miss Pavati,
Bavati.
had like nudged her for like ear scritches.
Okay, I got them.
And then transforms with like her hand still on her head, transforms back to Benny, and goes,
You have the choice.
I think that I'll help Tegan get the tools out of here.
I think that's a
because
very
Walt
good
needs
idea.
to go get his daughter.
I think that's a very good idea. Well, why don't we walk together? We'll go get the tickets, get your daughter, and meet everybody at Pavati's.
I think Tegan lets the father go, thinking Tegan's gonna go with them, but Tegan is full well not. If with the 2 things she knows that has already happened here, and then the giant worm in this tree, she ain't leaving guilty hold to whatever comes next.
All right. So you get tickets, you go and get Evie. Most of the people have cleared out of Gazzy's house by this point, and she's still there. She is still just drunk as all hell. Stumbling around the house. Evie is still sleeping on the couch when you come in the morning. What do you do there?
I'd go over to Evie and, hey, how you feeling, hon?
I feel good. I got some good sleep last night. This is a comfy couch.
Yeah, it is. Well, hey, what do you think about a little vacation?
You mean like a trip?
Yeah.
I ain't never been on no trip.
Well, I think it's about time we get out of here and go for one.
Yeah, I'm scared of this place now. I don't feel safe here.
Well, that makes...
I mean, I feel safe at Gazzy's. I mean, don't get me wrong there.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't feel safe in Guilty Hole.
I think it's about time we take a trip and maybe stay gone.
All right. What about your swarm?
Oh, they're coming with us.
Oh, they can travel too.
We'll figure all that out.
All right. Yeah.
My family has some land in St. Louis that has some clover fields that could use a good hive in the area.
Sounds wonderful.
Where is Benny here?
We're gonna go see her.
All right. let me say bye to Gazzy. She was very nice to give me this couch to sleep on, and the blanket was very very warm. And she goes over and Gazzy's asleep on the stairwell, turned on her side, kind of just like, Miss Gazzy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, hey there, Evie. How you doing? I'm good. We're gonna go on a trip. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. It'll be good to get away for. It'll be good to get away for a while, or a long while, or forever if necessary. You okay with that? With heading out and leaving? Yeah, I don't like it here no more. Well, that makes sense. You've been through a lot. Your father's done some amazing things to get you, so make sure you take care of him now too, okay? I will. Thank you. And she gives her a hug. Well, I'm going to go to sleep somewhere else. This is very uncomfortable. My back hurts now. And says, well, you get on your way then, and don't forget to write me a letter or something someday, okay? All right, I'll send you a postcard. That's what they sell you in on vacations, right? That is right. I would love a postcard from wherever you go. And she grabs the blanket and then puts the blanket down. And Gaz goes, you can take it. It's all right. And she picks up the blanket and wraps herself up with it. All right, I'm ready. It was nice meeting you, Father Bartimaeus. I hope the town doesn't need your help again in the future.
I pray that it doesn't as well. As happy as I am to solve issues, I never wish to be at the same place twice.
Yeah. Well, I hope the Lord gives you all the blessings you're looking for.
Walk safely in the green, man.
I'd get up and open the door. I'm just too tired.
Thanks, Cassie, for everything.
Yep, you take care of that one. That Evie's very special, you know.
Oh, I know.
And she's going to need a lot from you. I can't imagine the nightmares that will be coming from that girl's mind.
Well, she don't got to take them on alone.
All right, well, if you want to write, you can. If you don't want to, I'd understand. You may not want whoever is here to know where you are. And I hope you have a good
I'll send you a
long life.
postcard.
Say goodbye, and say goodbye to your bees for me.
Yeah, will do.
And you all head out. Where are you going to now? You going to get the train tickets?
Yep.
And Benny, what are you doing?
Benny went with Tegan to help move all the stuff back.
Oh yeah. So you go with Tegan.
Anything that was left, to just take Tegan's stuff back.
Yeah, I think Tegan has us take all of the tools and just, since my house is closer than the mine, head to my house. And Tegan will disappear for a little bit into the house and come back out before walking with Benny to either Aunt Pavita's, or if we know we're supposed to meet them at the train station, then there.
Benny fully has the when you disappear into the house, she comes back out and she's, you got all your stuff? Sorry.
Yeah. So I think Tegan has a bag that looks like it's packed, but doesn't necessarily have what Benny thinks is in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kid, let's go. Let's get you to that train station and on your way.
You all meet up at the train station. Auntie Pavati tells you that she'll take care of getting Professor Hayes back up and running, but it's going to take a long time. He is really hurt. Matter of fact, I might actually take him to the one place I ain't never been, an actual hospital in I forgot the town name. Sedora.
Oh, I thought we were taking him to St. Louis.
No, Sedora is the nearest.
He'll need to get better before he can make that kind of a journey.
Yeah.
I do hand Pavati an actual rail pass, basically good for a one-way trip to St. Louis. When he's well enough, please do send him my way.
All right, I will. And you all get to the train station. Benny and Tegan meet up with Walter and Evie and Father Bartimaeus.
All right, tickets. Benny,
So- I think at that point, Tegan sets the bag down and sticks a hand out to the father and is like, "It was good learning some things to fight things, Father, but once is a bad luck, twice is coincidence, three's a pattern, and I feel like I gotta get a guilty hole ready for the next thing coming at her."
I understand your decision. I do think that there are resources that could be useful for that endeavor in St. Louis.
Oh yeah, no, we will keep in touch, but I think guilty hole needs some boots on the ground
Someone who
here.
can, I don't disagree with that. Specifically, to try to prevent it from getting this bad again, I don't disagree. If you do need anything, at the mumblings of something happening, do not hesitate to reach me.
And she'll shake your hand and then like kneel down and open up the bag, and she'll pull out from the bag like pocket tools and some candy, and she'll hand it to Benny, still like kind of kneeling by the bag, and be like, "You do good, kid, and remember, you don't always have to listen to the father." And she'll reach into the bag and pull out her dad's pocket watch that has like a little message from her ma for their anniversary on it, and a little toy that used to be hers, and like turn to Walter and Evie and give the toy to Evie and the watch to Walter, and he's like, you be a good paw now, and like you got your daughter back, you make sure you take good care of her.
He's just speechless and thank you. And he just bear hug, another bear thing. Bear hugs you.
Once she gets out of the bear hug and gets her breath back, she'll close the bag and pick it up and hand it to the father. Inside of it are all of her notes on all of the stuff she's seen in the forest so far and messed with in the forest, like all of her notes on everything, including what she remembers as a child and what she remembers of the thing that messed with her mom and pa. And then she'll turn back to Benny again and just ruffle Benny's hair and be like, "Good trip, guys."
Benny gives Tegan a hug. And then she puts down the goggles that the mini pair of goggles that she was given. And she kind of turns to Evie. "You ever been on a train?"
I ain't never been on a train.
It's
or
real
a
fun.
car. I hear they go really fast.
It's
faster
real
than a
fun. And
horse.
she like holds out her hand.
And she takes your hand.
Way faster than a horse.
And she tugs at you. Well, show me the train. I'm excited to see what. Can we look out windows and stuff?
Yeah.
All right.
Obviously not knowing where we're supposed to go on the train, Benny just like fully gets on the train.
Wrong train.
We'll get him. We'll get
It's
him.
fine. It's fine.
And there's a little time you have to get loaded up, but it don't take long before the train. You hear the whistle that that says you're about to be leaving. You have your available space, and the train starts chugging slowly but picking up some speed. Tegan, you see the train go faster, and Evie's running along the windows trying to keep up, runs from train to train, even trying to, jump in between them or climb between them to kind of keep the window until she can't no more. And finally the caboose of the train is the last one left, and you see an old man in a seat in the back waving to you as you wave back to the train itself. The train fades into the distance. We're going to have two things that I want to go over at the end of this. Professor Hayes, your body gets healed up some, but your bones never do. And thank goodness that the people who are helping you recover, they've given you a huge whiteboard, and even though you can't understand them, they've given you charcoal and whiteboard. You're able to write out all the things you were thinking about, and the whiteboard is huge. It's exactly what you needed. It's hard to move to it and walk to it because your bones just never healed right. And then eventually Father Bartimaeus comes to visit you in the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum and sees your walls all written up with symbols that he recognizes a little from some book you had. And you can't quite talk to people because they don't understand you. You don't know those lesser tongues of English and Spanish, and you only know the language of the upper gods. So it is just eventually maybe you'll bring them forward to a better place with the words you're teaching them. And Father Bartimaeus, you got word that he had been admitted to the hospital here, and he seems to be an unrecoverable concern.
Does he seem content?
He does. He is riding out. They feed him well.
That's the best that we can hope for him.
And at this point,
I do make sure that there's a blessed crucifix on the outside door of his room, keeping whatever's going on inside.
And then we will end with Walter laying on a couch asleep, daughter in his arms, and he falls asleep to the smell of the room and the fireplace. He doesn't hear her slip out and kind of get up and look at the night and enjoy the night, and the door open for a bit, and she walks out and kind of enjoys how the night is, and she looks back at the house, and when she smiles, her teeth look like they have a grain to them, like a woodiness, and she smiles back at the house. And this is where we'll break. And this is the end of the campaign. I want to thank everyone for being here and for the wonderfulness of all the stuff that's happened. A lot of fun. You'll see me on ZealZaddy again in a couple of weeks with a different campaign, a different show. Thank you for all the raids and the join-ins that you've done. A couple of you have been here from the beginning. Crows of Squid, I know, has been here, and Vixen Artistry. Thank you for joining us. We will see you again on the next one. I'm going to let you all go around and say who you are and where you can be found one last time, in case anyone wants to ask you to join their awesome campaign of whatever it's going to be too. So why don't we start with Tegan.
Well, hey y'all, I was Tegan. I did not die, but I blew up a lot of pigs. That's all I could ask for, really. I am Kayla. You may know me as DM Dalliance or some version of just Kate on the interwebs, depending on when I joined the social media in question. I produce tons of content for TTRPGs for all kinds of things. 5e, Cypher, Monster of the Week, Apocalypse Now, all of that. So check out the links in the socials to keep up with that. I'm also the general manager over at Underground Oracle Publishing. We do a lot of Cypher things. We have 2 Cypher settings, Haro the Blighted Plane, which the full setting book drops next month. That was kickstarted. You'll see that available if you missed the Kickstarter shortly after we finish getting that to the backers. We have a Cypher massive collection Kickstarter starting at some point this summer, so keep an eye out for that. And then our second full setting book, Wild Space, you'll hear more about it in September, the fall-ish area. If you love Cypher, check out any of our volumes of Cypher shorts. We do everything from post-apocalyptic to dark supers to your classic sci-fi or fantasy. So we have tons of stuff for you all the time there.
All right. Professor Hayes.
Yep, I'm Brandon Hall. I played the Professor Irwin Hayes, who met his untimely demise. He's still alive, but not quite himself. I think that was the perfect ending for that character. He was very obsessed with that, and I kind of pictured him as someone who obsessed with this, and I think even him at the end being obsessed with it is great. You can find me at Brandon at rpg@c.com on Blue Sky. Do reach out and follow me at any time, and I'll follow back. And if you are running something and need a player, do reach out. If you're going to Gen Con, Gamehole Con, or PAX Unplugged, you can find me. I'll be running games from Monte Cook Games at all 3 of those events. Come by anytime and say hello. And otherwise, don't be a stranger. And thanks to everyone for watching.
All right. Benny.
Hi. There we go. Okay. Hi, I was Benny. I am Nekola, aka Nekola the Druid, on all the social places. You can find me over at Diversity Saves, a nonprofit within the TTRPG space. And I am so exhausted because it's midnight, so just check out our website, diversitysaves.org, for all those details. You can also find me in August running the 3rd annual Weave Racers Tournament, a charity campaign with my game that I co-created called Weave Racers. But anyway, this has been absolutely fantastic. I'm exhausted from all the emotions, and I would love to do it all again. Anyways.
All right.
That's me.
Father Bartimaeus.
Hello, everybody. For the last time, this was Father Bartimaeus. I am TR Grimm. You can find me at all the social at empathic_Grimm. I am a game designer, a game reviewer, and a player. So, yeah. Keep your eyes out. I had some issues with one of my games. The itch page isn't quite up yet, but it should be up by the next thing that I'm a part of. So, fingers crossed.
All right. And then Walt.
My name's Robby Weiss. I have been Walter Gwynnon, and let me tell you, what an absolute joy it's been playing alongside all of you wonderful folks. And Scott, thank you so much for DMing this incredible campaign. I've enjoyed every single session and been on the edge of my seat for every single session. And it's just been such a joy to sit in the player seat for once as somebody who's usually a full-time DM kind of person. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. If you're interested in, if you need another player for any of your games, or if you're looking for a voice acting person, feel free to give me a shout. Or if you want to follow me for the random farmy things and beekeeping things that I do around my property, feel free to check out my linktree /Weiss_Robby. But just in awe of what we've accomplished here in this little short stint. But thank you again.
Yeah, I was very happy with all of you. You were amazing to have on. You put everything into it that made it what it is, and it's, you know, the best, most beautiful thing I get by bringing new players in that I haven't played with is opportunities to role play with people that I don't know how they'll do things or handle things, and I love the stories you bring and tell, and you know, this is all yours. You can follow me at ZealZaddy or ZealZaddy RPG on TikTok. There's actually two of us. One of us is just a writer and is quiet, but there are two of us. You will see us in a few weeks when we are playing a combination of Tales of the Loop and Things from the Flood at the same time. We are dual characters playing flashback episodes and flash forward episodes to the future. So doing something really interesting, I think that'll be kind of wild and interesting, especially if you think like things like robots and stuff like that. All right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you in a couple weeks with the beginning of something new. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Burning rock, crackle smoke out of the mountain's mouth, hollowed by a cut, by a slash, by a fiery blow. Running through the valley like it's running through my veins, while red-eyed crows keep watch underneath the blood-red moon. My slunch-wide soul cries out to rise up against the tide of dusty songs cut hard from the dark mountain stone. Cut hard from the dark mountain stone. Cut hard from the dark mountain